Hi, Philippa. Hi, Will. It is such a pleasure to speak with you both. Huge fan of both of your work, and you were fantastic in this show, as expected.
Oh,
Thank you.
So, first off, I want to start by asking you both if there was something specific that really attracted you to the project.
I was just drawn to the fact that this story is exposing a truth in American history and culture that I think people need to see. Because I think it's a problem that still happens in this country. It's about an opioid crisis, and the crisis is not over. And so, I was really drawn to that aspect, and ultimately, speaking to Danny Strong's incredible writing, just the characters that this story depicts. I mean, this is a story based on real people and real lives, and I think it really chips away at the human aspect of all of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me too. I think it was the subject matter, being a very kind of devastating reality for so many people. That was the sort of main thing that drew me towards the story. 70% of deaths by overdose are associated with opioid addiction, and this is a sort of, I guess, a drug epidemic in potentially the shadow of the pandemic that the world is dealing with. And obviously there are a bunch of global issues that, need our attention, in the wake of COVID. And hopefully this is one that receives the kind of attention it's due. And, as actors, anytime you get an opportunity to play a part in telling a story that has a sort of responsible social application, it's a real honor more than anything else. So I'm very, very pleased to be a part of it.
I want to also ask you both if you had sort of a favorite aspect of each of your characters to sort of play with as an actor, whether that was a specific challenge that you feel you learned something for, or something that you related to that you enjoyed portraying, anything like that.
I really enjoyed playing Amber because she's not like me at all.
That's true.
She's definitely a little harder around the edges, and she was so different from any character that I've played, because I think she really she's super ambitious, and I think she's very flawed. And deep down, I think there's like a beating heart in there that she really wants to access, but can't quite get herself to go there. So that was fun to play. And of course, getting to play with Will was incredible, because he's such an incredible, amazing actor. And I just felt like every moment that we got to play scenes together was like, it was like a tennis match. I was like on my toes. I was like, what is gonna happen next? Because, it's just fun when you're both coming from two very different perspectives, and you have to come together in a scene and try and convince the other person that your way is the best way, and that negotiation was really fun to find. It was great.
Yeah, so true. I think our contrasting attitudes as characters towards, the moral questions that crop up when you're working for a company like Purdue and you're knowingly promoting, this addictive drug as non-addictive, was really interesting. And it did kind of resemble a tennis match. I felt a lot of the time, Pippa was at the net, like, I don't know enough about tennis, but like, smashing it. And I was, struggling to return. She's phenomenal, and cracked me up so many times as Amber. I think for me, the thing about Billy that I guess I was able to kind of latch onto, or I enjoyed playing, was this idea that he was this kind of slightly insecure drifter who didn't necessarily have any kind of measurable, academic smarts. He was pretty like underwhelming from that perspective, but he had this natural gift to kind of speak to people and get people from all different walks of life to kind of to like him. And I thought that was an admirable quality, but it's interesting to see that admirable quality, or that EQ, kind of abused and misused. And I think this is a kid who went in with probably the right intentions, but then certainly lost his way and ended up engaging in some immoral behavior.
You both so much for taking the time. I truly appreciate it. Huge congrats on the series. I can't wait for everyone to see it. It was such a pleasure.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe.
Thank you so much, you too.
Bye.